Hey guys, so this is Medicine Lizard doing another review, but I am doing this at 12:20 at midnight. Technically 20 minutes after midnight. But, yeah, sorry for the mess. As you see, I don't treat my boxes that nice. Okay. And, time for a review session. Here's Transformers Prime Black Arachnid. Airachnid. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of helicopters only because I don't like the spinning gimmick. I don't like things that spin freely. And so, vehicle mode looks really nice though. It looks like a stealth helicopter. No. Yeah. Okay. And I just remove this. Now it's a single-man submarine. Boo! Boo! Or whatever you want. Okay, whatever. Okay, but first, let me reattach this. And let me throw on some, for weaponaires on here. I don't know what you call those, stingers, or, no clue. But now it looks like, wait. Now it looks like a shrimp, or maybe a lobster even, maybe, no, okay, forget about it. It's a helicopter with you could actually put these any way you like. You could put these ones back so it looks a little bit more helicopter-esque, or you could put it up like this, just to make it a little bit more streamlined, yet keep her weapons close to the body. I think this one actually looks better. Yeah, I think this way actually looks better. It doesn't stick that far out, and yeah, and doesn't look weaponless. Okay, let me go on with the transformation because I'm getting sick of this figure already. As I said, I'm not a huge fan of helicopters, but yet this one just disappoints. The vehicle form, it's okay. Vehicle form, except for the cavities up here and whatever's. The vehicle form is okay. I'll give it at least an 8. Or even a 9. If I pretend to make it like a submarine or something. Hey, it's my imagination, right? But anyways, the figure, you'll see in just one second. So you open up the cockpit, and look, you have a small chair. Translucent chair. That's pretty cool. First of all, you want to like tip this part up, bend the nose in, close it back down. From that point on, you want to just pull these parts out. There's a couple tabs, a little bit. Just loosen those up for now. And then up here, there's these two prong-looking things that you want to just hold that up and just pull those straight up, and they'll untab from these two pegs right here. And then from there, you just want to make sure that you have enough clearance up on top. These are basically shoulder, that's her tits. I mean her chest, or whatever. And it's really tight up here. You want to pull the shoulder down and out a little bit. There you go. So it should be like that. But for some odd reason on mine, it's really hard to pull down. I feel like I'm gonna like pull out of the ball joint, but yeah. And another bad thing about it, the hands are just horrible. That's it for the articulation on the hand. It just goes in, and you just fold it right out, and that's how far it goes. But there's this little tiny piece of plastic right here that doesn't let the hand go further down. But before we go into all that articulation crap, let's go split this back part apart. If you spin it around, you can raise it a little bit higher. Spin it, then you can raise it a little higher. There we go. Like that. And you can put these however you like. Doesn't really matter. Okay, and for the most impressive part of this whole thing is you grab the back cockpit right here, then you just push it straight up, and there you have the head. but then you have all this back kibble right behind it. Whoever designed this one didn't do that well of a job. Okay, and finally, I didn't see this on directions. Yeah, this is not on the directions. You're supposed to bend these parts down to make the feet for Airachnid. So now it looks like a heel and boots. And after you do that, you can basically stand her up. But because she looks too, trying to get her to stand up on her own, it's not that easy to do. And it being at midnight, I feel cranky. Maybe I can't get her to stand up on her own. Her feet are very badly designed. I think I need to hold her up the entire time. But anyways, before we get into the rest of her, we look at the propeller portion. As you hear, this part just bends straight outward. Then these two, they have, you can just leave them plugged in like that. You could actually lift it up. See, as you see, it's on the ball joint. You can actually just leave it plugged in for now. Then you want to bend these ones in towards you a little bit. And so you'll basically plug the propeller portion back into the same hole that you just pulled it from. Oh, you don't even have to pull it out in the first place, but it just makes the transformation a little bit easier. Then you have, it's going to flop around like that. And so there's only one single tab that basically locks it all into place. So you see this plastic clear tab, basically goes into that tab hole. And it's supposed to, there we go. Now it's not rotating all crazy like. There we go. Yeah, if you don't pull up the head all the way, it does snap into place. And this is basically what you end up with. I understand why they had to make her look thin, just because you have to, for female Transformers or Decepticons, Autobots, you just have to make them look a little bit more slimmer. But then in this case, it just ruins the whole thing. As you see here, the back cockpit is like right behind the head. It actually ruins the articulation because the head is also part of the chair. You see that chair in the back of her head? Yeah. Because of that chair, her head is limited in articulation. It can only go so far left and so far right. And you can't even push it up. You can't even bring it down. It's a horrible design flaw right over here. The shoulders are okay. Those are on ball joints. All ball joints are okay. Then you have this weird elbow and a mid forearm type of joint right there. And because of the body and because of these plates, it's really hard to move everything into place. And high shoulder pads, whatever you want to call them, they also get in the way too of the articulation. Let's see, what other disappointing things can I tell you about this? Okay, there's also a ball joint hip, but because of these panels again, and on the back too, you're only allowed so much movement. This is the furthest forward motion it goes. It doesn't go anything beyond that. This is the farthest back, and that's pretty much it. Oh, this part irritates me so much. Get off. Okay. Alright, and there's a single knee joint, but that one actually does something. As you see, it basically clears everything, so you can bend it pretty far back, which is the only good thing about this figure. The feet articulation, there's none. It's just one solid piece with this one rotating little piece of plastic due to the transformation. But it's still not big enough to give her enough surface area. Oh! Okay, now she just has to stand up on her own. Okay. And let's go, I don't know, give her some weapons, I guess. I'm going to plug this one like this, even though it might be wrong. And I'm going to plug this one into her hands this way. See, it looks like she's holding a weapon like that on her flat palm. I guess it's magnetically attached to her hand or something. This is a very disappointing figure. I just know, all the other Transformers Prime toys out there, they're not as disappointing. Not compared to this one. And if you decide to get this one, it's just because you just want her as part of your collection. Like, you have to be a hardcore collector. And, come on. I'm gonna leave her like this. I'm gonna hold her up too. And as you see, she has a little, very, very tiny Decepticon symbol right between her. Yeah, and oh my gosh, this figure is just horrible. Her robot figure, I'll give her a 4. Oh no, just let's go give her a 2. Yeah, it's that disappointing. I might even leave her like this, just standing there. Look, okay, there we go. I finally got her to stand up on her own. And let me put the camera up a tiny bit. There we go. Or I might leave her in her vehicle form, because I think that has a little bit more playability than her robot form does. So, like, you could pretend that it's a helicopter, you could pretend that it's a submarine. But then I used to do weird stuff with submarines. Oh, I used to pretend G.I. Joes. Okay, you guys, some of you guys will hate me, but I used to pull those legs off and pretend that those legs were submarines. I really liked submarines back then, but not really figures, action figures, any type of humanoid figure toy. It's just it's now getting to me. So, anywho, yeah. So robot mode, no, vehicle form gets an 8. The robot form gets a 2. Overall, a 4. Yeah, this ruins the whole thing for me. Okay, yeah. So if you guys see this girl, don't bother. Just don't. I'd rather have another copy of Soundwave than this one. That's how bad it is. The second copy. Okay, so this is Mega Snow. So this is Mega Snow Lizard signing off. You guys have a better night than I do.